Hey guys, I thought I'd make this video about my van because people were showing interest in it and asking me about it, how I did it. It's getting very popular now, converting vans, and it was something I've been thinking of having a go at for a while, especially since I work in Scotland and I've got a nearly 500-mile drive, and I wanted something that I could sort of break the journey up with and maybe just stop overnight somewhere halfway. So what was I looking for in a van? I wanted comfort, I wanted something I could stand up in. I didn't want to be crawling about at my age. I wanted a full-sized fixed double bed, I wanted a shower, and I also wanted fuel economy, so I went for the Euro 6 engine. So the van that I'd seen that I sort of based my design on was an Adria twin, but there's no way I could afford one of them. But also I wanted something with more off-grid capability and something with a nicer kitchen. And so the Peugeot Boxer, the Citroën Relay, Fiat Ducato are the right shaped vans for this kind of design. And I've never done anything like this before, although I'm a plumber by trade, so the plumbing was straightforward for me, but the electrics and everything else just learned by studying hundreds of hours of YouTube videos. And so, disclaimers: the windows were fitted by Joe at Kestrel Conversions in Barnsley. The tanks were fastened to the underneath of the van by Barrett Tanks in Yorkshire, but I did all the plumbing to and from the tanks. The velvet sort of suede headliner was I was assisted by my daughter to put that up, and the rear curtains with the blackout blinds in were sewn in by a good friend of mine, but the rest I've done it all single-handedly. So the first part of the video I've put in there when I first got the van. I was holding the phone vertically instead of horizontally, so just bear with me on that part of the video. But anyway, I hope you enjoy and get some inspiration from watching the rest of it. So here it is finally. Picked up my new van yesterday. Peugeot Boxer L3 H2 on a 67 plate. Freshly ply lined, which is nice, but it'll be coming straight out. Just have a little go at marking out where things might be going. I think I'll take out the bulkhead today. Ellie likes it, don't you, Ellie? You like it? Yeah, so now the work begins. Right, so here we are. So we have a single swivel seat in the front there with the Van X cab blind curtains. And up there we have loads of storage at the top. There's about 5 coats in there, a drone, rucksack, and other bits and pieces. Also the little Wi-Fi camera. We have a cupboard with the reading lights, and also the Van X curtains and the side window. Up here we have a couple of USB sockets and the CB fresh and wastewater level gauge. So we've got full fresh water at the minute, and when the waste tank is full, The little red light here comes on. These are isolation switches for the lights and one for the water pump. And that is the sensor for the Truma Combi, so that detects the temperature in the room and turns the heating off when it gets up to temperature. So down here I have a little freshwater faucet and a Thetford Argent sink. There's a mixer tap. And then the Thetford Triple X cooker, so that's a 3-ring gas hob with oven and grill underneath there. Cupboard here with a creaky door, waste bin, all kitchen stuff, and a bowl which actually fits in the sink, so you can wash up with that if you wish. We have a drawer down here with all the pans and things in there. And over here is the Dometic CRX80 fridge freezer, which is amazing, and you can get loads of beer in it, which is very important. And you can also get loads of stuff in the freezer. So another little invention of mine is this. So that acts as my chopping board and also putting things on when you're washing pots. There's a cupboard here, so I can get all my veg and bread and stuff in the bottom. A drawer for the cutlery. Another drawer for utensils, put plates and bowls and stuff there. And on the top is coffee machine, kettle and snacks. I have a little shelf here for glasses and phone. This is a socket that you can plug the kettle and things in when you're an electric hookup. And a light switch for the light underneath there. So there's another cupboard up here. And then the control centre. So this is connected to the BMW shunt down in the garage, and this is the BMW battery monitor. It's absolutely fantastic. It gives you every little bit of information you could ever wish to know about your battery. This is a switch for turning the gas supply off and on. There's a little solenoid underneath the van, and by turning that off it isolates the gas supply into the van completely, which is particularly useful if you're travelling abroad and you need to isolate your gas supply. That is the controller for the Truma Combi E, and with this you can set the temperature you would like in your van. And hot water, so it does eco, hot and boost. And then this you can select whether you're on gas or electric, or you can have a mix of both. It also has a timer in it, so you can set the heating to come on before you get up in the morning. This is the display for the solar charge controller, and so by looking at this you can see exactly what levels of charge you're getting. It also gives you condition of your battery and voltage. So we're just getting 8.1 watts of solar at the moment. This is the switch for the inverter, so just turn it on and off there. And this is the controller for the Max Air Max fan in the ceiling, which is absolutely fantastic. So this can either suck air out or pull air in, and you can set it for different percentages and levels. You can also put it on automatic and select the temperature that you would like it to be inside the van, and once it's reached that level it will shut itself off automatically. All the lights in the ceiling are touch sensitive, so you can have as many on or off as you wish. So coming into the back, we have cupboards and reading lights, and something very important is a drop down drinks holder, so when you're laid in bed having a drink. On this side is the television, which is connected to a digital receiver on the roof, and also the Amazon Fire Stick is plugged into the side there. We have a window here which you can have fly screen or blind, and the window opens, and that's so good when you've got the when it's a hot day and the Max Air Max fan is pulling air out. You can open that window, fly screen down, you get a lovely draft all the way through the van. Underneath the red strip there I've got an LED, which I'll show you later. And then next we have the bathroom, or shower room shall I say. So in the floor there is 2 outlets on the shower, because you never know which way you're going to be leaning in when you're parked up in a camper van. We have the Thetford electric flush toilet, and an outlet from the diesel heater, and an outlet from the Truma. There's the shower, and there's a shower curtain that covers the door with a light in here, and also the micro hickey, so you can open this to different levels, different heights. It also has a blind or the fly screen. So here in the garage we have a consumer unit for when we're on electric hookup. At the minute I have 3 circuit breakers in there, one for the Truma, one for a socket in the kitchen, and one for a socket in the garage. Connected to the socket in the garage is the mains battery charger. This charges the leisure battery when we're on electric hookup. So we have a shunt up there, the BMV, Victron BMV, 120 amp hour leisure battery, a PV array isolator, so that isolates the power coming down from the solar panel into the solar charge controller. I have a Sterling 30 amp battery to battery charger, which charges the leisure battery when we're driving. And that's the MPPT solar charge controller, if ever. And this is a 2000 watt inverter. This is a modified sine wave Krieger. Over here we have the 12 volt isolator at the bottom, and all the fuses going off to the different 12 volt appliances and things. I have the water pump and filter, and then the accumulator, or mini expansion vessel, whatever you want to call it. And that is the outlet from the Truma combi. That is the little tank for the diesel heater. Underneath that is a little filter. The line runs across through the pump and up through the floor of the van, and underneath here is the diesel heater. So this is just one of the cheap Chinese ones, and have some heat-proof boarding down here, and the lid is heat-proof too, and it's really great for sitting your wet boots on and drying them out. So the ducting runs along here, and have a vent out into the van, and one that comes along and goes into the shower. We also have a little switch here that operates a little light up there. So underneath the bench is the Combi Truma 4E, which does the heating and hot water. The black pipe is the vent, it flew to the outside, and then the brown coloured pipes are the heating vents. So there's one going through into the shower, one going down and across underneath the shower into the garage at the back. We've got one coming out that goes down and through here and coming out here, and then this one goes and exits here to warm the cab, and this one comes out the front. So I also have a Wi-Fi system, so it's connected to a Wi-Fi 4G receiver on the roof, and it is connected to this router, and so I have the ability to watch Amazon Fire Stick. It works with my tablet and my phone, so I've got full 4G Wi-Fi in the van. It's a fantastic system. So the little cold water faucet I have here is for drinking water only, and that is connected to a whale submersible pump in this 10-litre tank, and so you're not drinking water out of the tanks from underneath the van. It's especially useful if you're travelling abroad, so you can just buy fresh water from the supermarkets and top your little 10-litre tank up. On the roof I have this little Nevcox digital TV receiver, so I can watch Freeview on the television. Just goes through this gland. This one is for the positive, negative from the solar panel. So that is a 185 watt solar panel. I do intend to add another 200 watt solar panel that's going to go there. On the far side is the micro Heki from the shower room. And the little white round thing over there is the Wi-Fi receiver. And then the Max Air Max Fan vent. Another great little addition is a doorstop. This is a little thing that fits in the rail up there, and instead of having to open the door all the way open, it stops the door there. So this is the gauge for the gas tank. I have a 25-litre LPG tank installed underneath the van, and that is the level. So underneath the van, that is the gas tank. And there are the water tanks behind it. So on the outside of the van I've fitted an external shower, and you just put that in there, and you can turn it to get a different temperature. Select your temperature, and it's called a bullfin shower, and it's great for washing the dog down when she's filthy, and also for washing your feet when you've been to the beach. Ellie always does a runner when she sees the shower come out. That's the vent from the Truma boiler. Down here we have the filling point for the fresh water and also the outlet for the wastewater. Around this side we have the electric hookup. Down here is the filling point for the refillable gas cylinder underneath the van. So as promised earlier, I said I'd show you the LED light in the back, and it's quite cool. I have different colours. You can have it changing colours, fast and slow. You can even have a disco. Yeah. So as you can see, it's turned out quite well, and it took about 6 months of solid work to get it to that stage. And don't be under any illusions that it's easy, because it's not. It's hard work, but it's worth it. I've just calculated that out of the last 107 days I've only spent 10 at home, and so I've had 97 nights in the van, and it works absolutely fantastically. Just don't know why people bother with houses at times, because it's so comfortable, enjoyable. So some people might be wondering why I've fitted the diesel heater when I've got the Truma combi, and that is because in Scotland, where I work, the LPG filling stations are few and far between, and so really like a backup when I first fitted it, but it's cheaper to run than the Truma, and it doesn't have belt the heat out, so it's quite a good addition. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and take care. Bye.